Some ladies do not pay close attention to hygiene, and that's why sometimes they may end up having very terrible odors, bad skin conditions, and just different things happening that's not really elegant and hygienic. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the head to toe of feminine hygiene. We're going to be starting right from the head all the way to the toe, and then I'll be sharing all of the things that you need to keep your whole body very clean, smelling fresh, and smelling nice. Now, starting with the hair, I know that a lot of ladies actually keep or maintain their natural hair. It's important that you are washing and keeping your hair thoroughly clean at all times to prevent things like lice, dandruff. There's certain things that you just need to do, like shampooing your hair at least once every week, or having a deep conditioning just to maintain the moisture and the beauty and texture of the hair. If you're a lady who likes to braid your hair or wear weave-ins, the maximum time for leaving the braids or the weave-ins on your hair would be 4 to 6 weeks. After that, it will just be you causing damage to your hair. And of course, if you wear wigs and you have to make cornrows underneath your wigs, it's important that you're changing your cornrows per time. Don't be one of those ladies who neglect their hair health, okay? Now, moving right along to the face. For your facial hygiene, it's important that you're washing your face at least 2 times every single day. When you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed at night. Of course, you can wash more times than twice, depending, but the minimum number of times to wash your face would be twice. Don't go overdoing it so that you don't take out all of the moisture and hydration out of your face with the soap. And then when you're washing, remember to use facial cleansers that are recommended for facial care. Don't use the same cleanser that you use for your body for your face. You need a mild cleanser for your face or recommended facial cleansers for your face. So be sure that you're using that to clean out your face. What I also put down here is that you must also ensure that you undergo a facial treatment at least, at the barest minimum, once every month. Sometimes you can go once every week. I go once in 2 weeks. You can do it in your house, you can go to the spa, and what a facial treatment pretty much entails is you cleanse, you exfoliate, you steam your face, you mask your face with a mask, and then of course you moisturize and hydrate. Sometimes when I really want to do a really deep facial treatment, I go to the spa, but for the most part, I do it in my house from the comfort of my home. So always ensure that you are undergoing a facial treatment at least once every month, and then at least once every week. Always ensure that you are exfoliating your face, because sometimes you have build up of oil, you have oil pores or oil packs all around your face, and maybe you would have like build up from your makeup, from your moisturizer, and all those facial products. You want to ensure that you are giving your face a good exfoliation by just scrubbing out all of that dead skin layer that has formed on your face. So once every week, just use a scrub, a gentle scrub that's meant for the face. So just scrub your face gently so that you can have your face looking glowy and nice. Something else that I would also say under facial hygiene is for you to take your morning and nighttime routines very seriously. So morning routine is pretty much you applying things like your serum depending on your skin type, and then moisturizing and applying your sunscreen. Please and please and please do not go a day without wearing sunscreen on your face. Sunscreen is doing your face a whole lot of good, and you definitely must ensure that you're wearing sunscreen every single day. And then of course at night, there are other things that you need to do, like wash your face, cleanse your face, apply serums depending on your skin types. And if you really want to know the kind of skin that you have, you may need to see a dermatologist to get experts' opinion on what kind of skin you have on your face, so that you know that you're using the right products. Or you can just read up on things online so that you know exactly what skin type you have, and you ensure that you're using the right product on your skin. Now, to facial hair. Facial hair removal is an option. You may choose to remove your facial hair, you may choose to leave it. Hair generally on your body is actually a protective mechanism, but sometimes hair gets in the way of things like our makeup as ladies. It doesn't let our makeup sit well. it means that you have to use a lot more products on your face if you have facial hair. So that's why some ladies actually go ahead to remove their facial hair. Someone like me actually have facial hair, but I don't mind the facial hair because it's not so much and it doesn't get in the way of anything. So I leave my facial hair on. But you can go ahead and just gently take off the facial hair either at the spa or in your house if you don't like your facial hair. Some people actually just have just a couple of hairs under their chin. You can just use a tweezer to just pull those ones out if you have them, because they don't really look nice and elegant. But if you have a lot of facial hair all over your face, if you think it's not a problem, you can leave it on. If it's a problem, you can shave it off. It's just totally optional. Now, let's not forget oral hygiene, because oral hygiene is also a part of the face. By oral hygiene, I mean what happens in your mouth. Please and please always ensure that you're brushing your teeth at least once a day, at least at the barest minimum once a day. But the recommended number of times to brush your teeth in a day would be twice a day according to the dentist. I'm going to be very honest, sometimes I really do not brush my teeth twice a day, but what I do is I like to use things like mouthwash to just rinse off my mouth at night when I'm too lazy to brush my teeth. But every morning I must ensure that I brush my teeth. Some people actually go the extra mile of brushing their teeth after eating a meal, which is actually also recommended as well. For oral care, you can also ensure that you have things like mints in your bag throughout the day so you can keep your mouth really nice and fresh. You can have things like chewing gum, you can have mint strips, you can have the mouth spray, the different ones, and then of course drink lots of water to ensure that you're keeping your mouth very clean. Still under oral hygiene, remember to always floss your teeth. Flossing is actually very important. This is something that a lot of people do not remember to do, but flossing actually helps tackle those food particles that have gone into your teeth, especially if you have like gaps or spacing between your teeth. Flossing actually helps tackle all of those particles and take them out. So remember to always floss your teeth, because sometimes when those particles are in your teeth, and sometimes you may not even know, they may end up leading to very terrible bad mouth odor. And that's definitely something you do not want. And then you also need to have regular dental checkups with your dentist, because sometimes mouth odor is also caused if you have holes in your teeth as well. So you want to be doing a regular checkup with your doctor. And if you have terrible, like bad, extreme mouth odor, you definitely also want to go check that out at your dentist so that you're sure of exactly where the mouth odor is coming from. Now, moving right along, still on the face, let's go to nasal hygiene. That's the nose, which is one thing that a lot of people actually also forget as well. Sometimes you find people who have particles in their nose from maybe mucus that has dried out completely, and then it's just there hanging somewhere. That doesn't really look very nice and pretty. So always ensure that you are also cleaning out your nose. One thing I like to do is when I'm done having my bath, I know that the nose area is nice and moist. I just use my towel and just put my towel in there and just clean out the nose completely. And I find that dust particles are actually inside there. So when you clean out the nose with your towel, you literally can see the dirt. So always ensure that you're cleaning out your nose as well when you're done having your bath. And then if you are the kind of person who has hair growing in your nose, which is actually perfectly normal, if it has gotten to a point where it's outgrowing, like it's literally coming out, it's important that you use a small scissors to just trim things off so that you are not looking weird or funny. Okay, so that's that for nasal hygiene. And then something else I'd also say is when you're tackling your face, also do not forget your neck area, because your neck actually also makes up your face as well. So when you're washing your face and cleansing your face, always remember to also cleanse your neck area as well. Still on facial hygiene, let's not forget the ears as well. The ears are a part of the body where people tend to forget a lot, especially the back of the ears. You guys, when you are having your bath every single day, remember to wash the back of your ears. You can just either use your bath cloth to just wash the back, or you can just use your finger to just wash the back. And then this outer part of the ear, sometimes you have a lot of dirt that just go into this outer area, just also ensure you use your finger or your washcloth to just clean out that area as well, so that your ear is also really clean as well. Don't forget this part, because we tend to just focus on the biggest part of the skin and then forget all these other tiny parts of the body as well, which actually also needs care as well. And then don't forget the back of your neck, guys. It's not only the front that makes your neck, the back also makes your neck. So don't forget that back part of your neck, okay? Now, moving right along to the body hygiene. How do you care for your body as an elegant person? The very first thing that I've put down here is you must have your bath at least at the barest minimum once a day. It's highly recommended that you have your bath twice a day, especially if you have to leave your house and you have a tedious job or you come in contact with a lot of people. When you come back home, have your bath again, so that's twice. But if you're going to be home all day, you can just have your bath once in a day and then that's it. For having your bath, I always advise that don't just use your hands. Some people just use their hands and put the soap on their hands and that's all. No. Using your hands will not allow you to take off all of those build-ups that you may have from your moisturizers and other products that you're using on your skin. So use things like a washcloth, use things like a glove. I love this scrub glove. Those ones are really cool because they actually play a two-part function of helping me exfoliate my skin and then of course just taking off all of those build-up from the moisturizers and stuff like that. You can also use there's this Nigerian scrub that we have that's quite long, that actually also helps as well. And then to tackle areas like your back that maybe your hands may not be able to get to. I have long hands, my hands can get to my back, but if you don't have long hands and your hands can't get to your back, you can invest in a brush that has a long handle that you can easily just use to target your back area, because your back area is absolutely important. Don't neglect it as well. I also put down here that you must exfoliate your skin at least twice a week. By exfoliating, I mean giving your skin a good scrub. So if peradventure you do not use the scrub glove that I mentioned earlier, you should actually invest in a good body scrub. There are lots of inexpensive ones at the supermarket or at the grocery store. Just buy them and then ensure that you're giving your skin a good scrub. What scrubbing your skin does for you is it helps your skin maintain a beautiful shine, takes out any dead skin layer, and just helps you maintain that beautiful glow. If you don't want to do it at home, you can go and do it at the spa and just have a good spa day by scrubbing your entire skin. I actually love what my skin feels like when I'm done scrubbing my skin. I do it in my house by myself. So it's important that you are exfoliating your skin at least 2 times every week so that you can maintain that beautiful glow. Something else that I put down here is after taking your bath, it's important that you're drying your skin thoroughly and then of course applying a layer of moisturizer. Moisturizer not only helps you ensure that your skin stays nice and hydrated, it's actually also a protective barrier for your skin against any harmful things that may be coming from the external world, okay? I also put down here that you must wear a deodorant, a body mist, and a perfume. It's actually important. And please do not wear fragrance to mask your body odor. If you have body odor already, please go and take the necessary precautions like having a bath to take away that odor before you wear fragrance. If you add a layer of fragrance to your already smelling body, you are going to make the smell a lot worse and very terrible. So do not ever make that mistake of adding fragrance to body odor. Fragrance is actually supposed to help just heighten and make your fresh body smell a whole lot better, okay? The next part that I've put here is body hair removal. Now, of course, that is also optional for lots of people. You can have hair on your hands, you can have hair all over your legs, on your chest region. You can leave the hairs if you want, you can take the hairs out. It's totally up to you, okay? But again, hairs have a way of making you sweat a lot, and when you sweat, it means that translates to body odor if that's not taken care of quickly. It also has a way of taking on smells and things that you may not really like. So you can shave your body hair if you want. You can leave it if you don't want to shave it. For someone like me, I shave the hairs on my leg, but I leave the hairs on my hands because the hairs on my hands aren't that much, and I like the way that they slip down on my skin. They actually look very pretty. But for my legs, I shave the hair on my legs from my knee down because I actually like it when I put on short things and my skin is glowing and there's no hair interrupting or getting in the way. If you want to take out your body hair, I advise that you wax or you shave with a blade, or you can use the laser hair remover. There's lots of equipment in the market today that can help you just easily take out the hair. And lastly, under body care, do not forget some essential parts that can be easily forgotten, like your underarm. I know that may be a no-brainer, but you'll be amazed how many people forget to wash their underarm. Things like your navel area, your abdomen, if you haven't washed that place in weeks, stick your finger in there and give it a good smell. You will be offended by the smell that will come out of there, especially if you have a navel that actually tucks in. Definitely want to take time to actually clean it up at least, at the barest minimum, 3 times a week. Now, moving right along to the next body part, which is actually one of the mainest areas that needs the most hygiene. And the very first thing that I've put down here would be, of course, removing the lady parts hairs. Now, again, that is totally optional, and there is nothing wrong with you if you decide to leave your lady parts hairs. Like I said before, God gave us hairs in strategic location as a protective mechanism. Some people say, oh, we like it smooth, and some people actually go ahead and shave, and I'm talking to ladies now, they go ahead and shave their lady part areas because they want to satisfy a man. So you don't necessarily have to shave off all of your lady parts hairs, but I highly advise that you give it a good trimming ever so often. Just you can shave out the sidelines. That's they call it the bikini part area. That's the one spilling out into your lap. You can shave out that part. Please, I'm going to be as vulgar as possible. Is vulgar the word? I'm going to be as real as possible because I believe that I'm talking to adults on the channel. So trim it gently, slightly, and then shave out completely those parts that are spilling out outside your panty lines. It's actually important so that you're not looking, it's not looking all messy down there when you even take a look at it. But again, if you want to go ahead, if you prefer your lady part area looking very smooth and, shiny and nice, give it a good wax. You can go for a Brazilian wax at the spa, or you can wax yourself if you know how to, or you can just use a shaving cream and the shaving stick to just give yourself a good shave at home. The second thing that I put down here is that your lady part area is a self-cleaning area. It actually cleans out itself, and that's why dermatologists actually recommend that the only thing that you need to clean out your lady part area is good old water. That's all you need to clean out your lady part area, just water, which is actually highly advisable and recommended. Some people who like to be extra, like, no man, I need to clean that thing with soap for me to know that it's clean. If you're that kind of person or you fall in that category, then ensure that you're cleaning that area with things like baby soap, like mild cleansers. There are also some cleansers that have been developed specifically for that part of the body. You want to invest in that and ensure that you're using just that to clean out that area, but just ensure that you're not using anything strong. The next thing I put down here for your lady part area hygiene will be for you to pat and air dry your lady parts area after cleaning. Pat it clean with a nice clean towel and then allow it to air dry. Don't go putting on your panties immediately. Give it time. Let air go in there, guys. It's highly important that you're letting fresh air touch that part, and that's why I actually recommend that if you don't necessarily have to wear panties, please don't wear panties, especially at night. And if you must wear panties, I advise that you wear panties that are made from materials that are highly breathable, like cotton materials. Tongs and things that are made of silk and nets and all can attract heat to that area and make that area quite moist, which will lead to things like yeast infections and some other infections that happen when you have that area moist. That's why that area, your lady part area, needs to be as dry as possible at all times. It's highly important. Okay, the next thing that I've put down here is discharge are absolutely normal. For some people, discharges are a lot more than for others as well. Discharges are usually sometimes seen after your monthly period, and it's more for others than some others as well. It's perfectly normal. It becomes abnormal when you start to see it on a regular, like daily basis, everyday basis. I think it comes once in a while and then it goes. But if you see it every day and you notice that the color doesn't just look normal, discharges are usually creamy, light creamy in color. If it's not that color, if it's another color, then maybe it's time for you to probably go see a gynecologist or someone who is an expert in the lady part area. And then of course, if you already have an idea when your discharges happen, you can use panty liners before you put on your panties, just to give your panties a layer of protection. I'm trying to be very careful with my words, guys. To give your panties a layer of protection and you don't have your panties all stained. So just wear a panty liner that you can probably change as often as possible during the day if you have discharges happening a lot or often during that day. Does that make sense? Okay. The next thing that I put down here is for you to take probiotic supplements. But if you don't want to take the supplements, you can take natural. You can get food items that have natural probiotics, like your yogurts. You can get it from things like kunu if you live in Lagos, or if you live in Nigeria, things like fura de nunu. Something else is kimchi. There's tons of things that actually have natural probiotics in them. You can probably just research them and find out more about them online. And then pretty much, if you're wondering what probiotic does, it just helps you fight bad bacteria in your body. And then it also ensures and promotes the growth and the maintenance of the good bacteria in your body, in simple layman's language. So you want to ensure that you are loading up on probiotics to help fight out that bad bacteria that may be causing the bad body odor, and then the good ones that you actually need to protect that sensitive part or areas of your body. And then if the odor is actually persistent and you find something abnormal happening down there, it's important again that you go seek the help of a gynecologist who is a professional in the lady part area. Okay, now moving right along to when you are on your period, when it's your monthly cycle. So the first thing is for you to always ensure that you're changing your sanitary towels every 2 to 3 hours. Of course, that will be also depending on the kind of flow that you have. Some people actually have very heavy flow, and sometimes you probably might need to change your sanitary towel every hour if you have very heavy flow. If you have medium or light flow, 2 to 3 hours, or you can just pay attention to it and just know exactly when your sanitary towels or your sanitary pads will get full. You don't want to go about staining yourself. That can be very embarrassing. That can be very wrong. So just pay close attention to it. The second thing I say is something else that you must be doing is for you to wash up your lady part area when you're on your period at least 2 times a day, at least. Or if you want to take things to a whole new level, and if you're extra like me, anytime you want to change your sanitary pad, you cleanse or wash up that area. That's if you are in your house or if you're in a place where you can actually easily get access to things to wash up that area. The next thing I put down here is for you to dispose your sanitary pads properly. External parts of sanitary pads, those things that the wrappers use to wrap the sanitary pads, or when you open them to use them, are wrappers that you can actually use to just put back the used one and dispose them properly in the trash. Now, moving right along to feet hygiene. Your feet hygiene is something that you definitely need to take seriously because your feet is actually a part of your body. The very first thing that I've put down here is that you must give your feet a good scrub at least 3 times a week. It actually helps take away the dead skin layer of your skin, keep your feet very soft and moist and very like succulent, and you don't want your skin to be looking old when it's supposed to be looking pretty young and nice. Now you can go for a proper pedicure at the spa, or you can even have your pedicure session in your house. What pedicure does is pretty much would deep clean your feet, because you literally would have to soak your feet, and by soaking, there are things that you put into the bath that literally would help take away things like bacteria, fungi, help soften your cuticles, to help it to make it easy to remove the cuticle, to make it easy to scrub out the dead skin layer. And so pedicure, I always advise that you do a pedicure at least once every month. And then of course you can coat your toenails with a layer or two of nail polish, just to make it extra fancy. And then of course, after you're done cleaning your feet area, remember to pat it dry and then moisturize. Moving right along to your hands. Hands are pretty simple. For your fingernails, remember to always trim your fingernails. Remove any, if you have longer fingernails, ensure that there is no dirt or there is nothing lurking under the fingernails. Give it a good trim once in a while, and then of course remove all the cuticles. You can also give your whole hand a good hand rub. Just lather a lot of moisturizer and then just lather it right into your hand. That would help keep your hand nice and very soft. Also ensure that you're washing your hands a lot of times during the day, because your hands are the first point of contact to bacteria and germs that you may not even know are lurking around. If you don't want to wash your hands, or if you don't have access to washing your hands, you can use hand sanitizers as well. That's pretty much that for the hands. Moving right along to your clothes, your clothing. It's important that you're washing your clothes as often as possible. Don't overwash. I don't even advise that you wash your clothes every time you wear them. If you're wearing your clothes, for example, and you're going to maybe church and you spend an hour or 2 hours in church, there's no point coming back to wash the clothes. You can just air dry it and then put it back and wear it again. But try as much as possible to air dry correctly, and then if you must wash, wash. So it all depends on how you wear the clothes and where you wear the clothes to. Okay, and please ladies, don't be caught wearing one bra for more than 1 week. Please change your bras and wash your bras as often as possible. I know you say, some people will be like, I wear one bra for 10 years. Don't do that. It's absolutely unhygienic, especially for your health. It deserves some love, so give it some love, okay? And the last point still on your clothes hygiene would be avoid air drying your underwear in your bathroom, especially if your bathroom is not well ventilated. Now, I said before that something that actually causes a lot of infection in the lady parts area would be when that part or that area is moist and damp. And if you are drying your underwear in your bathroom that's not ventilated, it might not be as dry as it should be. And when you wear it, you may end up having itchy area, or things will just happen that's not so nice. So it's important that you are drying your underwear under the sun. Yes, you might just need to get a small hanger that you can put maybe in your balcony or in your backyard if you live alone, and just dry your, or look for a room where you know that sunlight comes in to dry your underwear. It's actually important that you are air drying your underwear correctly. And that's pretty much every single thing that I have on hygiene, feminine hygiene, from your head to your toe. If I missed out anything, now would be a good time for you all to just go into the comment section and just type out what you think that I might have missed out, so we can continue the conversation from there, and we can all continue to learn from there as well. I'll see you again in another video. Until then, remember to stay elegant.